So after the close of work, like I said, on Thursdays are Bible studies. I usually from work. This person that stays with me goes to work with me because I work in the courts, and while I'm in court, this person stays outside with my baby. That when I'm out, because I did exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months, in fact 6 months and like 3 days or 1 week, 6 months plus 1 week for him. And so sometimes I might be in the court, they'll signal me, I hear baby cry, I'll run out. It's really, really not easy. It's stressful, it's draining, it's sapping. And I asked God for a baby and God blessed me, so I can't complain. So after close of work, I get to church. And I'm the secretary of my church. Those who know my church, Greater Evangelist Work Crusade, Opolo branch, the district headquarters. I am the district headquarters local church general secretary. Yeah. It's like secretary just following me everywhere I'm going. I don't know if it's because I'm a lawyer or what. I don't know, but I'm the secretary. I'm the secretary, yes. So, as a worker, you need to be in church, and most persons won't even understand why you coming late. All what they know is that you like coming late. So from church, we close around 6:30. And after church, by the time you greet one person, greet around, they meet the secretary, come and do this, do that. 7 o'clock, and you're going home 7:30 to 8. You're already exhausted. You're only there in your house to crash, to wake up the next morning back to work. Then even at work, it's not that you are idle. After court session, you're busy doing one thing or the other. So which time do I even have for myself? And the stress is telling on me. It's so stressful to the point that I was even doing a second master's. I even had to pause it when I knew it was telling on me. Like, I went to the I think David was not feeling fine at a point. I went to the hospital and I was like, okay, I think he was having cold. That was like 5 months of his birth, because he never felt ill until 5 months of his birth. He was having catarrh. Yes, he had cold. And I went to the hospital and I was like, okay, I'm here, so just check my BP. And when they checked my BP, they were like, oh! I was like, no, I'm not sick. I didn't come here for myself. I came for David. I just had to do a free BP check. And they were like, madam, you need rest. You're not resting. And of a truth, I knew I was not resting. So I had to pause. I was doing a training at the time. I had to pause on that training. I was doing my second master's. I had to pause the master's at my the sacrifices we make for us to be alive. Yes. And thank God my husband works outside jurisdiction, if you know what that means. Yeah. So that's actually lifted up my burden. I was not ready to say, what will you eat? What will you wear? Let me I also do this. Not those aspects were limited. So somebody will ask, if my mom was asking, why can't you tell this can't this girl make food for you people to eat since you're returning home late? I was like, this girl is following me to the office, and when I come back to the house, the same way I'm exhausted, this is the same way she's exhausted. She's human. So I just have to do what I have to do. So I realized it was kind of choking. So I usually go to market on like once or twice in the month. That's the major market where I stock in foodstuffs, bag of rice, yam, beans, and stuff like that. And then they want to cook like once in a week or so. I do that. So even my younger ones watching this video, they know staying in my house is juicy or is sweet though. But when it comes to my cooking, all of them will run. They will run. They say that's where the work is. You will pound, you will do this, you will do that. Because when I cook massive. Because I don't have the time now. Where do I even have time to do all those things? So when I even go to market, the whole food I spend it in the market shopping. Then when I come back home, I'll cook different types of food like this. Just cook to put in the freezer and stock it there, lock it, and I'm out. Because During the week, I don't have that kind of time. Like, I don't have that kind of time. So, and I also have David to look after. So what I just do is that I make food that will take us for a while. I put in the freezer, and there's soup now. When you come back, you pick the soup you wish to eat, you make eba, you swallow, off you go. There's stew. You bring out the stew, you boil your rice. If you want to fry plantain or whatever you want to add, you eat, you go your way. And I had provisions also. Although I'm not much of a provision person, I don't really like it, but persons in the house like it, so just get it for them. So that's what I do concerning the food aspects. Then work, I've told you, 8 to 5, I'm in the office. We close normally by 4, but since being a workaholic, I don't mix business with pleasure. I don't like taking my work. I don't take any file to my house. Yes, I don't like taking my work home. So I stay over time to work at the office, so that I try as much as possible to tidy up what is so urgent that will be needed the next morning, and I get it done rather. Then after work, when there's no church, I come straight to the house. So my life just rotating around house, work, church, house. No visitation. That's why I don't even have friends. No visit. Even the friends I have, say, some of them used to come to my office and visit me. I'd be like, kilo day. Then even the chance I even have to even visit them. So when I ask, they'll be like, yeah, out there, this, that. So what do you like it myself? So that's basically it. Then you go to a point, cooking these meals, yeah, freaking stressful. I don't even have. Now I go to market and I cook during the weekends to store it in the freezer. That will take us for the week, because when we get to the office like this, when we are going to the office, we usually take what we eat in the afternoon to the office too. Sometimes we don't even have the time to eat breakfast in the house, so we'll take our breakfast and our lunch to the office to be able to beat time. Yes, because I have a boss that is up and doing. He's like this early, everything. So you have to follow him bumper to bumper if you want to succeed. So it got to a point, I will not lie, the truth is that it got to a point I could not cope anymore. I never even had the time to go to the market. Because even on Saturdays, you will see my church will fix programs. If not national program, district program, or state program, local church program, it was choking. I'm not regretting attending those programs, never. I loved them. But because most times I'm even vessels, like I'm even a speaker in that program, so I don't even have the time. After I finish speaking here, one person now will now invite me, please come to our church and speak on this, that. Sometimes I turn down those invitations. It will now look as if it got to a point, my church, the youth fellowship, I heard rumors going around that I am proud, I am pompous, I am this, I am that. I took it in good faith. In fact, even my whole family, we are pompous, we are proud, we are this. Innocent me. I was like, I believe those of them who will go through this video will understand what I'm actually going through. It's practically not easy. Me turning down your invitations or not attending your program is nothing near pomposity at all. It's just because I need my life. I need a life. I need to be alive. My BP rose to the point where I couldn't just go. I told you I had to stop my master's. I had to pause my master's program. I was doing that training. I had to pause. I had to cut down on so many things, social activities and so on. So me not coming for your invites. There's one particular school that has been inviting me. In fact, I attended this school when I was smaller, my primary school, and the head teacher of that school, the principal or head, whatever it's called, she has been disturbing me again and again that I'm one of their successful students, that I need to come on their career day to talk to the students, to encourage them to this, that. In fact, almost every time she books me for this career day, I am either busy or I am choked up. And when I tell her, sorry, please, I don't have the time, she'll say, oh, don't worry, I understand. Some persons understand, but some people will be like, are you the only woman? I'm not not the only woman, but you don't know what others two are going through. If they don't come out and tell you, you will not know. So it got to a point, like I said, I won't lie. It was choking. On Saturdays, I don't even have the time. But then, and most times, I'll make my hair. Like, see, today, I wanted to go and make my hair. I couldn't. So I thought of what to do. What will I do to be alive? I'm not going to die young. My work is sapping. It takes the major part of me. So I was like, what am I going to do to be alive? I don't even have time to cook. I was not even feeling for the person I'm staying with. Sometimes I'll just scratch at something. Please, let's just eat it and let it rush out. So I was like, okay. My colleague suggested something, and I bought the idea. I booked a caterer. Yeah, you heard me right. I booked a caterer. I'm not going to die. It's not easy. Saturdays and Sundays, I don't even have the time. If I'm not going for classes, I'm not going to church, I'm not going to make my hair, I am either doing one file or the other, one work or the other. And David is a handful. So I booked a caterer, and my colleague came up with the idea that we are going to book a caterer. We knew her because she's actually a judiciary caterer who cooks for the activities, and luckily she stays on my street. So she stays on my street. So we contacted her, and she said, okay, since my colleague is also healthy eater kind of person, so we pulled resources together, and we were like, okay, we'll get a goat, divide it into two. She cooked varieties for us. And after the cooking, she brings it to our houses, and we stock them in our freezers. So I think the first day I tried it came out nice, because that same lady cooked for my child education, the buffet. She did it, and it was wow. It came out nice, but it was as if my village people were punishing me. And why I even did that was because my husband was out of jurisdiction, so he's not even here to eat this food. I'm suffering myself, killing myself to cook. So I just did that. Then when he's coming, I cook small thing down for him to eat, so that he doesn't go about eating the caterer's food. He eats my food. So I cook his specially and keep. At least that one is small. It's not a bulky package, because it does not stay around always. So I did that, and the first time I did that, it's like my village people were haunting me for doing that, as if it was a sin I've committed against the gods. I don't understand. So the woman brought these things. She made gravy in case of we wanted to do jollof, to spice it up, to differentiate between rice and stew. She brought gravy. She brought afang soup, native soup, draw soup, and egusi soup with stew. Yeah, these 6 things. I kept them in different bowls, bigger bowls. And as she drove into my clothes to a point, and as she was offloading these things, she was dropping them on my dining table. I don't know where the village people gathered and which haunted me. By the time the food gets cool and we had to dish them into smaller containers into the fridge, my dining table was shattered. The glass got broken, and I was like, who sent me this work? She was like, oh, she's so sorry. She never nicked me on my glass. She does it in her home, keep it on her glass table. It never broke. So how come my own? So I left it like that, and I did that twice. I paid her twice, and it relieved me of going to. But I was still going to market though. I was still going to market for other smaller stuff. Of course, she's not buying me soap. She's not buying me detergent. She's not buying me other things I'll use, just basically food. So I was still going to market, but the burden of cooking was not as much as, because I cook in bulk, and sometimes it will take like 2 days, because the whole month I am not available. So that's what I did to be able to manage stress in that aspect. And being a mom also is not easy, especially a first-time mom. It's not easy. And I was bonding with my child so much because I was doing exclusive. Thank God he's not the type that cries when other persons tend to carry him. He accepts. So that was what I did. And funny enough, could you believe even this food I paid this caterer for? We are not even always at home to even eat this food. We are out. Not that oh, come back, like we are even tired and exhausted. I used to feel for this girl. Like she's carrying my baby. Not that she's doing the work, but for the fact that you are out, you're not resting. It's stressful. It's telling on you too. So When I come back home, sometimes I'm even tired and exhausted to even eat. I am so tired. I can just follow my bed. But I cannot just follow my bed because I have a child. I'll have to bathe him. And initially, I was not allowing any person bathe him. I had to bathe him myself, bathe him, feed him, because I wanted her to take some time to adapt, to know my style of bathing. I don't pour water on his face. Some people do, but I don't, to avoid catarrh and so on. So I had to teach her. It took a long time before she started bathing him. So I was doing all those things and it was sapping me. So sometimes when I'm doing like that, I'll tell her, okay, after seeing her bathing, just go bring that food from the freezer, make whatever you want to make, and you eat and you help yourself. Don't wait for me, because if you wait for me, hungry will kill you. She would just laugh. She'd be like, Auntie, what's I eat? I say, I don't even know. I am tired and exhausted. Sometimes I eat, sometimes I'll just, once David sleeps, like, oh God, it's now time to crash. Boom, at the bed. And not too long, he will wake you up. So I was not even having a good rest. It was sapping and choking. So that was basically it. Then after I tried that, I booked the caterer once. She did it once. People will say, hey, Madam, you pay caterer cook. Yes, I did though. My husband was not here to eat it, so I'm not selling out my husband on that woman's food. He was not here to eat it. It was outside jurisdiction. We practically ate these foods ourselves. And we couldn't even finish them because we're not always around to eat the food. We're not even at home to be even owning Jane. My house was like, my neighbors would be like, the lawyer in charge of my house told me, you practically just paid a place to store your load. Because you're not always around. I said, oh God, you don't go understand. You don't go understand. So we did that, and most times when we come back home like this, there's no light. We have to on Jane till late in the night, just for the freezer to be blocked to carry it to the next, because the next day we're going out, we're not coming back till in the evening again. It got to a point, since the duration of time on the Jane was not that much, this food, all of them got bad. I felt like crying. I was like, I wasted so much money for these varieties and it got bad. What again? I was like, okay, I'm going to be on the Jane pumper to pumper. I'm not going to off the Jane. And even if I said that, I tried that like 3 times, my food got sour. So I was like, no, caterer, thank you so much. I'm done with you because I'm paying so much and I don't even have the time to eat this food. When my husband comes, I still make special food for him. So, Madam Caterer, thank you. Chineke Ogozraka. How did they speak it? I don't even know. God bless you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye to Pharaoh. We are going to Canaan. She's not a Pharaoh. So that's what I did though. Then I now decided to, okay, I'm not going to cook in bulk since this food is actually getting bad. I'm going to cook small quantity we eat, and wherever it finishes. Well, I'm not going to keep myself. Even agari, you see, you drink and we move on. So God has been helping us, and thank God. Right now I'm on vacation. Even the vacation safe, man. Even the vacation safe. Not be really vacation, because it's only one day. That's today that I've rested in that vacation. I don't even have the time to do things for myself. So that is it. How I managed to cope. God really helped me, because I was time conscious. I was on my toes. I tell the girl, please, as you wake up, you do this, we're out. So I wake up, I do this, I'm out. I was even trying to put exercise into it, but I had no time for the exercise again, so I just had to cut it off. Once in a while, I do exercise and I hit the road, go to work. I think the stress is also telling on me, making me bigger. Because almost every time I am walking around the clock. But what I did to really help me was that I had to prioritize the things that are not necessary. If you invite me for an occasion I feel is not so important. All occasions are important, please don't get me wrong. If it's not so pressing, I'll tell you, I'm sorry, please, I can't. I need my mental health now. I need to be sane. I need my sanity. And as I'm telling you, I can't. Not that I'm just even staying in the house. I'm doing one other thing or the other. So what I do was that I time myself as much as possible. I don't waste time on frivolous things. So even if I'm talking to my husband on the phone and it's staying too long, I need that time to take care of something. I'll tell you, baby, please, can we speak later on? Because this phone call is actually encroaching into another time. He understands. I'll tell me, okay, no problem, we'll talk. I can be talking to him while working. It's a different case. Maybe I'm on earpiece or something. But I prioritize my things. I pray God helping me. I ask God to give me strength, because I reminded God His words. I say, God, you say you can't give me what is bigger than me. You can't give me what surpasses me. So this, I'm equivalent to this. And your word says your grace is sufficient for me. So I tap into that grace and I exhaust it. I make good and full use of it. So God helped me. I was praying and God gave me supportive parents. They were always calling and encouraging me. I still have. I have good I have good in-laws. I have good friends that are helping out. Sometimes my mom will be like, okay, bring David, my dad would be like, bring this boy, let him stay with me. Since you walk, let me. Are you finding time to rest? Are you finding time to rest? It was not easy and it's still not easy. But thank God, David is grown up now. He's 10 months. So I can detach myself from him and he will eat normal food while I go and do other things. So, and this girl will be feeding him for me. She's a good girl. She's trying her best. Nobody's perfect. She's not perfect at all. She's not perfect. I'm also not perfect, but we're just trying. And when his dad, my husband, comes around, he also helps us. So that's how I try to balance it. I time myself. After prioritizing, I time myself. Like, this is my target. From this time to this time, I'm doing this. From this time to this time, I'm doing this. So the only time I have, sometimes as I'm even working, I'm on social media. You think I'm on social media 24/7. I'm just online there. Oh. My attention is not even on the social media because I have other things I'm doing. So I prioritize. I depend solely on God because I know it's not easy. God gives me the strength. And even my church work, I do mostly documentations and so on, announcements, secretary work now. You all know it. So I do all of that. I do all of that. God helping me. I like I said, I pray, I lean on God solely because it's not easy. I prioritize and I make sure I cut out the frivolosities that what am I saying? Frivolous things. I cut out frivolous things. Whatever is not to eat. That's why I don't even have too much friends because I'm not the kind of person who just come to me and say, hey baby girl, please let's go and see this. There's a party going on here, let's go, and I just jump at it and go. No, I don't do. Because I don't even have the time. I don't jump at every opportunity. So, you won't understand. Then I make sure I time myself. I'll be like, when I'm doing this, I'm giving you 5 minutes. And if I don't finish this in 5 minutes, I'm leaving it and I'm doing another thing. So you two, you know. People staying with me, I say, by the time you leave me, you understand that you will know how to live a military life. Because even as I'm walking, I'm running. I hate seme kind of people, slow lifestyle. No, I hate it with passion. So I try as much as possible to be up and doing because it's like 24 hours is not enough, but I believe it should be enough because God created it for everybody. So we should be able to mize our time to suit us better. So that's what I do. And I try as much as possible to find rest also. But I noticed after working like that, stressing myself, sometimes I come back home, I just crash. Sometimes I find sleep I can't find. Sometimes I'll go online while surfing the internet, I'll just fall asleep and you see my data will be on daybreak. People feel like I'm online, but I'm not. This video is becoming too long, but basically in summary, I pray, I depend solely on God, I prioritize, I cut out frivolous things, unnecessary things. You don't see me in all parties. You don't see me gisting with my neighbors. You don't see me just tatafo. I don't do that because my time is limited. I gist once in a while, but healthy gist. Then I time each and everything I'm doing as much as possible. Sometimes I can let go because once you're too rigid and you don't give room to be flexible, it can also tell on you. So sometimes I try to be flexible. I give room for like, I beg this one, I can't keep myself. I just leave it fall down. I make sure I finish my work because there's this thing that works on my mind. When I don't finish my work at the office, it will be ringing in my head. I'll be like, God, hope my boss will not be angry. Hope I didn't break his heart by not doing well. So I put in my best so that when I'm done with the office, I know I am done. I'm just focused on my home and my family. And I try not to mix the two. You will never hear me tell my boss that I'm breastfeeding my baby so I can't come. I'm nursing my baby so I can't come. No. You will not even hear me tell my husband I'm writing something else, or I'm doing something, an office work, so I can't come and answer you right now. No, I don't mix that at all. I don't mix it. Then when I'm in church, you'll never see me open book that I'm reading my office book or doing one thing. When I'm in church, I put my full focus in church. When I'm at work, my full focus at work. When I'm at home, my full focus at home. That's what I do. I don't mix all of them. And God helping me. I know this video is becoming too long, so please just bear with me. That's basically how I cope. I hope you understand better when you invite me for something and I don't have the time to come. I'm still thinking of picking up my master's from where I stopped it. My second master's. I've done one before the second one, and God has been helping me. God has been my strength. It is definitely not easy. It is definitely not easy. My parents are the real G's. They helped me so much. And thank God I'm in the same state with them. They helped me a lot. They helped me a lot. Like when I was even looking for someone to help, we were going around because you can't do things on your own. You just need a help. Yes, to be holding your baby while you're doing something else. And God provided. Thank you guys for wanting to know about my life. Felicia, I've told you, you know now, you know how I'm trying to cope. It's not easy. It's not easy. That's why sometimes when you see me, you send me messages on Facebook or on WhatsApp, I'm not replying spontaneously. Please don't feel offended. Some people will be like, even on Facebook, telling me you're so proud, so this you had to reply messages. I'm also a social media freak. I try as much as possible to balance all. I try as much as possible to reply all your messages at once. And to some people that keep repeating those questions, please, when I see that the chat is not having any headway, I don't respond. That's just the simple truth. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, okay, somebody was like, will you tell your husband you booked a caterer? Yeah, I told him the truth. I called him over the phone. I was like, baby, see, it's not easy on me, so this is what I'm doing. Was like, are you serious? You're doing that? I was like, yes. He said, okay, whatever makes you happy and whatever keeps you healthy and alive for me, I'm all up to it. So I did it, but I stopped because it wasn't really working for me. The foods were getting bad and I was losing money. So I had to still go back to the old way of cooking, but God has been helping. It's much better now because David is quite grown. He's 10 months. It's not as little as it was before. So God has been helping. Thanks for watching. Please kindly share, subscribe, like, comment, and so on. God bless you. And if you're that mom out there feeling like, oh, it's stopping me, it's draining me, just depend on God. Lean on God solely. Only God can help you. Sometimes your spouse might not even be encouraging. Just take it like that and move on. Depend solely on God and God will help you. And I'll beg our husbands out there, please try as much as possible to encourage these women. It's really, really not easy. Sometimes you feel like when some people will say, not be women, now they are working, now they are duty now. Now they are duty now. Okay, should we also tell you your duty? Your duty is to provide for the family. If we sit at home and all of us be housewives, can you, your money alone, cater for the full house? No. So try as much as possible to choose your words when you're talking to your spouse, your wives, because they are going through a lot. Most women that are also working, it's not easy to balance work and home. If you say I should be a full-time housewife, fine, I sit in the house and I enjoy barbecue catfish every day and you work. But trying to balance all to make ends meet. Please, let's try and encourage one another. It really helps. So, because if someone is being drained and you're saying negative words to affect the person, it will dampen the spirit of that person and you won't get the best part of your spouse. So try as much as possible to encourage those that have babies. When you the wife is busy, you carry the baby, or you can join her in the kitchen. Even those that don't have babies, it's not really easy. So try as much as possible to support, assist, help one another. God bless you. I love you.